First up, viewers, arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in the alleged land scam case, former Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren is now hoping for some relief from the apex court because his petition challenging the arrest on Wednesday night will be coming up for hearing in the Supreme Court at 10:30 a.m. today. Now, the petition will be heard by the three-judge special bench of the Supreme Court comprising Justices Sanjeev Khanna, M.M. Sundresh, I beg your pardon, and Bella M. Trivedi. Now, Soren in his petition, which has been exclusively accessed by us viewers, alleges procedural violations by the Enforcement Directorate during his arrest. He also claims that the arrest has taken place out of sheer malice and political vendetta. He accused the central agency of acting at the behest of the central government in an attempt to destabilize the democratically elected government in the state of Jharkhand. Now, remember, viewers, Soren was sent to judicial custody for a day yesterday. The Enforcement Directorate had sought 10 days custody of the former CM, saying it was very necessary to interrogate him on many points. On the other hand, we have Soren's lawyers who opposed ED's remand application and said that a petition has been filed in the Supreme Court challenging the ED's action. And after hearing both the parties, the court reserved the decision for today and ordered to send him to judicial custody till then.
एक, दो, तीन, चार, पाँच,
6, 7,
8, 9,
10,
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23,
24, 30, 32,
33, 34, 35, 36, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42,
Well, that was the head count of the JMM MLAs, and Champai Soren will have to prove his majority within 10 days. Today, he has been invited to take oath as the Chief Minister. Meanwhile, Times Now has also accessed ED's remand note, according to which Hemant Soren directly indulged in the process connected with acquisition, possession and the use of proceeds of crime. The Enforcement Directorate has told the court that Soren is knowingly a party with Sub-Inspector Bhanu Pratap Prasad in the activities connected with the concealment of the original records of property acquired by him illegally. This is what the ED has mentioned in his remand note, and also it has mentioned that 36 lakh rupees in cash and documents linked to the investigation have also been found at Soren's Delhi residence during the searches. Now, who is Bhanu Pratap, viewers, because that's the inspector that we were talking about, and how is he linked to Soren? Let's tell you about this, because on 13th April 2023, the Enforcement Directorate had carried out searches at premises linked to Bhanu Pratap Prasad, the then Revenue Sub-Inspector of the Bargain in Ranchi. Now, out of 11 trucks, voluminous property documents along with 17 original registers of property records were seized from his possession. The Enforcement Directorate's investigation also reveals that further, Bhanu Pratap Prasad and others are part of a large syndicate which is involved in corrupt practices of acquiring properties forcefully, and this was allegedly done on the basis of false deeds and also falsification of government records. Hemant Soren is also involved in this. That's what the ED remand note says. He says that Hemant Soren was a party to the concealment of the original land records as per the Enforcement Directorate. This is what the Enforcement Directorate's remand note, and also what his link is with Bhanu Pratap, the sub-inspector. Now, let's also tell you about what's going to happen, because it's been nearly 36 hours, viewers, since Soren was arrested, and the state is now all set to get a new Chief Minister today, because the JMM Legislator Party leader, Champai Soren, has been invited by the governor to form the government and is set to take the oath of office today. Now, Champai Soren has also been asked to prove his majority within the next 10 days. But let's tell you more about the Jharkhand Chief Minister designate, because Champai Soren was a senior minister in the erstwhile Hemant Soren government, and he was an active politician in the Jharkhand movement as well in the 1990s, along with JMM Supremo Shibu Soren. Now, it was during this time that he earned the nickname Jharkhand's Tiger and is known to be a CM Soren loyalist. Now, Champai Soren is also a close confidant of Hemant Soren, but he started off as an independent MLA from the Saraikela seat in the Bihar Assembly. Now, the five-time MLA from Saraikela was named minister for the first time in the BJP-led government by Arjun Munda. But let's also remind you that today, Champai Soren claims to have the support of about 43 MLAs and even paraded his MLAs and held a head count, a video of which has emerged just minutes before his meeting with the governor of Jharkhand when he went to stake claim to form the government. Let's not forget the magic number here is 41 viewers.
1 2 3 4 5
6 7
8 9
10
11 12 13 14 15 16 18 19 20 21 22 23
24
25 26 27 28 29
30
36 38 39
40
41 42 43
Now, while Champai Soren has been given 10 days time to prove his majority, the alliance was on Thursday preparing to fly out of Ranchi and camp in Hyderabad amid fears of poaching attempts. Now, as of last evening, chartered plane viewers were pressed into service to whisk away 35 MLAs to Hyderabad, except the flight never managed to take off because the MLAs arrived and even boarded the flight, but dense fog stalled flight operations in Ranchi until the flight was ultimately cancelled.
देखिए हमारा जो भी कदम है वो यही कोशिश पे है कि हमारा जो ये चुनी हुई सरकार है वो जो मेजॉरिटी वाले हमारा सरकार में जितने भी लोग हैं गठबंधन के और हम लोग मेजॉरिटी होल्ड करते हैं तो एक संवैधानिक प्रक्रिया के तहत संविधान का सम्मान हो।
आज रात कहाँ जाना था जो कैंसिल हुआ? कहाँ जाने के लिए उड़ान भरा जा रहा था? कल्पना सोरेन का भी नाम आया था, बट आप समर्थन ने क्या कारण है?
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है।
क्या कारण है कि आप लोगों ने समर्थन नहीं किया?
ये आपका गलत मैसेज है।
कल जाने को लेकर क्या है? कल कहीं जा सकते हैं?
कल का ऐसा कुछ अभी कोई तय नहीं किया गया है।
After agencies and then the political parties, now weather is playing the game, which has suddenly stopped the flight, which was supposed to take off from the Bisag Munda International Airport here in Ranchi and fly to Telangana, along with the JMM coalition MLAs who wanted the Chief Minister and ministers in the upcoming cabinet from the governor. But the fog is such thick that neither the flight is taking off nor the governor is calling Champai Soren to swear in as the new Chief Minister of Jharkhand.
Well, the fog of war continues, viewers, in Jharkhand because the JMM MLAs were supposed to be shifted to Hyderabad, but since there was dense fog, flight operations were cancelled and they were moved back to the circuit house. Now, let's talk about the numbers because as the numbers stand, the JMM has about 29 MLAs while the Congress has 17. RJD and CPI-ML have about 1 MLA each in the government, and currently in the NDA, let's talk about what the NDA has because the BJP has 26 MLAs and the AJSU has 3. So what might be a cause for concern is that 3 MLAs of the JMM are currently incommunicado, and that's probably why resort politics has begun in the state once again. The 3 missing MLAs include Lobin, a JMM MLA who is known to be a firebrand rebel leader. Another JMM MLA, Ramdas Soren, is also believed to be incommunicado, but the party claims that he is currently undergoing treatment in the national capital. And the third JMM leader is Chamra Linda of the JMM, who is also believed to be very, away from contacts because she's not been able to trace. And she is the JMM MLA who held an Adivasi Adhikar rally against the government in 2023. So, can the JMM find their missing MLAs and comfortably prove their majority? That's the big question that has to be answered and will be answered by Champai Soren in the coming days.